Yeah, g'day. This is my long-term review of my Fridgemate GFM70 70-litre Evakool fridge freezer, whichever way you want to use it basically. I've had this fridge for going on 7 years, and as you can see, it's still holding up really well. The only problem I've had was hinges, so I had some custom billet hinges made up, and since installing them, never had a problem with hinges since then. I removed the 2-pin screw-on connector and put an Anderson plug. Not that it wasn't a good connection, it's just that Anderson plugs is what I use on everything, so it was just easier for me. I did have to replace the display panel recently, but that wasn't because the old one failed. The tree limb snapped off while I was camping, and the compressor speed button no longer worked. Otherwise I wouldn't have had to replace it. But as you can see, still holding up real well. No cracks, no nothing. And these fridges hold the cold. I mean, it outdoes all my other fridges. My Evakool, my Ironman 4x4, even my Angle for efficiency. This fridge just is a lot more efficient. This one still runs a original Danfoss compressor, which is now Seacop. I do look after my equipment, but when it's not on the back of my ute being used, it's in my shed being used as a drink fridge, whatever fridge. I mean, as you can see in there, condition's still immaculate really. The baskets have got a bit of stuff missing. I made these covers up myself. Just hold the air, I can remove the cover easily. Like I said, this is about 7 years old, bought it new. Yeah. And essentially it gets used 24/7 and has never let me down. I did make up a 6mm power cable, Anderson to Anderson, with a MIDI fuse. I did have a few issues originally to start with voltage drop. Wasn't sure, but as soon as I upgraded that power lead, and it was all good. I know it didn't like the outlet in the back of my Colorado when I had that. Figured it was power, wasn't just enough to drive the fridge. But like I said, the only issue I've had was the hinges, the plastic hinges. Snapped 2 sets of them. But found a guy that was willing to make me up a set of these billet hinges, and I couldn't have been happier with the service I received off him and the quality of the product. I mean, just check that out. The only other thing is the fridge seal has sort of flattened out over time, but I've just ordered a new seal from Evakool, and I'll put that on soon. You can see you've got a bung down here to drain it when you want to clean it out. Right there. I actually went to buy another one of these recently and discovered that Evakool don't make them anymore. Well, not the Icebox Fridgemate series, they still make their Infinity fiberglass ones, but not this model. I was a bit disappointed about that, but it is what it is. A lot of people complain with these fridges because the compressor's on the outside, but I think that's part of the reason why it's so efficient. The hot air isn't under the fridge, it's out and expels away from the fridge. Yeah, it does add to the length of it, but you can't have everything. And like I said, I've had a wonderful run with Evakool. I just can't complain. Plus it's Australian made. I mean, the ice boxes are sent over in, they've then built them. And I think the other thing why they're so reliable is it's just 12 volt. No 240 volt inverters, no nothing like that. It's just 12 volt. So less to go wrong. A lot easier to fix if it does break down. But like I said, I have not had this breakdown. This runs Danfoss BD35 compressor because it's a bit larger fridge. But all in all, I highly recommend Evakool products. And like I said, I've tested this for years and it's never let me down. As you know, Evakool, Australian company in Queensland. I believe their prices are reasonable for what you're buying. And they got the Danfoss / C-Cop compressor, which a lot of other companies have gone away from. Gone to Huawei and all these others, try to cut costs. Evakool, gone the other direction. Quality, you pay for it. But, you know, if you want something to last, you got to buy it. Quality. So, anyway, that's my long-term review of my Evakool fridge mate, GFM70. If you like my content, like my videos, sub to the channel would be great. Like my content, and have a great day. See ya.